Hey guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of these decks or in each of these decks should be a story or message for you. And this is for the week of August the 4th through the 11th, 2019. So I have shuffled the cards. We're going to go ahead and hold up each deck and see if it's resonating with you. So could your energy be resonating with deck number one? Is your story here? Or is your story here in deck number two? Could your story be here? Or is your energy resonating with deck number three? Could your story be here in deck number three? Okay, I hope you guys have made your choices. And we will go ahead and start off with deck number one. We have the Six of Swords, Six of Cups, Temperance, the Devil, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles as the central issue, Nine of Wands, and the Moon. Okay, so you guys, it's looking as if someone has been having some sort of anxiety. Someone has been in denial of the reality of something. I feel that someone has not been ready to acknowledge their feelings here. Someone has definitely been withholding how they feel. Someone has built up a wall and has been hiding out. I feel like someone's has barricaded themselves, not wanting to trust or not wanting to open up. In a love situation, I can definitely see, trust issues, abandonment issues. Maybe some of you are coming to some sort of realization that you're still going through that. But someone needs to deal with their traumas. It's like, I feel that you could be handling it the wrong way or in a way that isn't proper. It's almost like you're trying to bury it instead of deal with it. So I mean, the best way to deal with your traumas and your anxieties and your doubts, all of that stuff, that dark place that you could be in or could have been in, is to just deal with it. I don't know how you want to deal with it. I personally, when I find myself like this, I journal, I write. I might make a YouTube video. Sometimes some of you guys, if you don't want to put yourself on camera, why don't you just do a video and keep it for yourself? Just do a video as if you are going to publish it or post it. And just vent on camera and just keep it for yourself. Maybe you will one day upload it to help other people, because I do feel like with the Temperance card, you guys are supposed to be helping or assisting. Like the way you heal yourselves is the way you would heal others. Some of you are also trying to hide or suppress a spiritual gift. And I don't know why I'm picking this up, but I do kind of get the energy of someone who turns to drugs or alcohol. And I know that's not for everybody, but somebody out there who maybe turns to drugs or alcohol, or reckless relationships or reckless behavior in an effort to escape, their sensitivity or their gift. Like someone could be an empath, or it's just like you don't understand your gift, or you don't understand whatever spiritual things are happening to you. So you just kind of dumb yourself down through drugs, alcohol, or reckless behavior. And I don't know who that's for, but I kind of feel like that would also apply to someone. watching. Now I also see a situation in love where someone is trying not to think about you, but they can't stop, or you might not be able to stop thinking about someone. I honestly feel like it's mutual because I got 2 6s out. And then Temperance is also a card of mutual feelings. And I just feel like there's something going on where 2 people are in denial of their feelings, but they're trying their very best to drown out memories or the voices or, you know, thoughts of a love interest or someone from your past. If it's not romantic, it just could be someone that you deeply care about. I'm seeing here 2 people, these soulmates, have been together many lifetimes, playing different roles with one another. So you guys are already very familiar with each other. And I feel like you guys connect whenever you need help or assistance in dealing with emotional issues or traumas. You guys have a way of healing one another. You guys naturally understand each other. So I feel that this is a soulmate that goes back many lifetimes here. I also see someone has been telepathically sending you messages in your dreams. I feel like someone is trying to connect with you on a metaphysical plane as opposed to, you know, in the physical realm. And so there may be a need to communicate in 3D. You know, enough with the metaphysical. It's time to communicate in 3D. I do feel that something will, you know, manifest, or something will, you know, materialize here. In fact, it looks like someone's on their way to you, or if you are the pursuer, you may be on your way to someone. I really feel like it's a mutual feeling of readiness. Like the 2 of you, it's like you're empaths. You can feel each other's energies, and so you know when the time is right. You know when this person is in a place of mental stability where you can approach them, or they know when you are ready for them to come into your life. It's like they're not going to come a second before. It's like if I come too early, this person might still be angry with me, or this person might not want to forgive me. But it's like the minute you feel a state of calmness, that is when this person just kind of eases into your life. Now also that might not necessarily even be the person's thoughts, but it's something unspoken happening, you know? I feel like 2 people needed to recover or heal before they could reconnect. And, you know, the 6 of Cups does look like some sort of reconciliation. And I think like, I'm getting an image of, like, I'm seeing how she's pouring the cups and the water being transferred from cup to cup. It makes me feel like that cord, that invisible cord between 2 people, where you guys are naturally drawn to one another. I feel like if there has been any distance between you and another person, or hostility or stubbornness, I feel that with the 6 of Swords here, someone is ready to move past whatever difficult times there have been. And it's like intuitively knowing when is the right time. You and somebody else are ready. So a lot of you are ready for one another. Now, I know I'm referring to someone from the past, but again, this does not have to be literally someone that, like an ex. Maybe it's a connection that never got off the ground. Maybe it is an ex that you care about. You know, it's not the ex that you don't care about, but it's, you know, it's someone that you do care about, that you would like to hear from. And then for some of you, maybe it's just a friend. Now, If we're going to relate this to matters of a job situation, I feel like some of you are feeling like you need to go back to doing something that you love. It's time to return to your passions. There's something that you used to do or that you once believed in childhood or long time ago. Something that you said you wanted to do and maybe you put it on a back burner. I feel like you guys are headed back towards that direction. So if it's whether it's career or a job, you know, I feel like you guys are headed towards doing what you used to love here. I'm getting like a lot of you are spiritual healers. This may be a time of spiritual healing for a lot of people. Something is calling you to help or assist other people. This person could be in a very dark or toxic place, or maybe you are. But I just feel like there's a need for both of these energies to kind of merge and, what do you call it? Like this energy, I feel like it's going to be purified. I know this is a darker, heavy, dense energy here, but it's right next to this energy that knows how to maneuver and manipulate to an extent, you know. So it makes me think of someone who works with clay. You know how artists, see, I know about it because I used to work with clay, but how you have to take clay and you have to, what do you call it, sift it or roll it around and get it soft to a certain temperature. Then you can kind of maneuver it and shape it. And form it into whatever it is that you're feeling. I kind of feel like that is what's happening. Something is getting shaped and maneuvered. Like maybe you've been prepared. Maybe everything that you've been going through has been preparing you for this person or preparing you for this job, or, you know, you've been prepared for something here. And so your life has been, you know, being shaped and shifted. And I feel like when you come together with this energy, you guys are going to balance each other out. It's like the angel and the demon coming together. I made a joke about this like years ago on my Instagram about how I got to stop falling for my assignments. This feels like an assignment, yes. You guys can get upset if you want to. I really feel like healers need to just go ahead and start embracing the fact that you're a freaking healer. You know, your love lives are just not going to be easy. It's just not. You know, it's things that you're going to have to work on. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer because I know some people are, you know, so into changing certain things. I feel like some things you can change, but I really feel like the biggest change you can make is your attitude and the way you handle things, how you choose to handle your situations. So whatever the case, I just kind of feel like you are learning how to make lemonade out of lemons. You know, you're making the best of it. This is what you have to work with. So shape with it and work with it and form it until it's something tangible, until it's something that can be dealt with. I do see you here like contemplating a lot of things, taking an assessment of your entire life, taking an assessment of the things that are valuable to you. There's a lot of things that could be on a line, or maybe there's just a lot of things that you need to think about. I just feel like you are restructuring your thought pattern, restructuring your life, period. Now, kind of going to talking about materialism. Some of you probably need to hold on to your money and start figuring out how to spread your money more. It's like maybe you've been too caught up on either material things or trying to fit in with society and what they have versus what you have. And it's like, hey, stop doing that. You're only torturing yourself trying to fit in or trying to live a life that you can't afford. So I feel that materially you're needing to calm down on the spending. and make some sort of adjustments. I also see some of you trying to get your eating habits back in order because it looks like things have been maybe out of line here. Something's out of alignment. Something's out of balance. You know, maybe you've been eating excessively. Maybe you have been, I just feel like there's a need to purge your energy for whatever you've been doing. I see this too, even in, you know, dealing with sexuality. Sometimes it does indicate some sort of excessiveness. Like, maybe, have you been watching too much porn? You know, have you been dealing with too many of the wrong people? Like, there's something that you're needing to pay attention to and get back in check. This is indicating that there is some sort of excessive behavior going on. Now, if we are talking about dealing with people, I'm getting Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio, Sagittarius coming out. Maybe Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but those are the energies that I'm getting here. Something's going to need to be healed or mended here. I also feel that your spirit guides have been assisting you, and you're just kind of being asked to just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Now, I also see a situation where if you have to relocate or move, I see you letting go. Like, here you were too caught up in your comfort zone. This is definitely being afraid of the unknown. This is someone who wants to stay in the same vicinity that they've always lived in because that's what they know, that's what they're familiar with. It's like, I don't know what life is like outside of where I grew up. What if I fail in another city? Who's going to back me up? All my friends and family are here. What if I don't meet new love? What if I don't make new friends? You know, whatever the case, this is you worried about 1,000 things here and having anxiety over it. And then I don't know what happens, but I almost feel like one morning you just wake up and you're at peace and you know exactly what you need to do. And you just start listening to where your guides are telling you to go. You just start heading in that direction. I feel like there's a need to forgive. I feel like you guys are going to need to forgive. Not just one side, like on two sides. Because remember, I've talked about this before. Matter of fact, going back to a love situation, and I can actually break this down in a work situation too, but going towards a love situation, there's a lot of reflections I'm seeing. There's a lot of reflections, there's projecting, and there's mirroring. This is a reflection of what you fear. This person is going to trigger your anxieties. This person is going to make you be afraid to fall in love. I've been talking about this for the past couple of days because I tell you guys what I learned in my experiences. I just share with you all. So I feel that my recent love connections have triggered my anxieties and made me kind of pull back, if you want to call it self-sabotage. But it's like I call myself pulling away from these people because I'm more afraid of getting hurt than taking a risk and enjoying the relationship for what it is, enjoying having a love connection with somebody. Instead, I've been kind of nitpicking, and I'm like, oh no, I think they're about to, are they flirting with somebody? You know, things like that. And it's just like zero tolerance. But it's like when you have zero tolerance, it's like, well, I guess I'll be alone. And it's just like, but I don't really want to be alone. Like, I'm ready for a connection now. So I say that just in case some of you are going through something similar. Like, the people that you're connecting or meeting with are triggering your anxieties here. But they're here to help you deal with that. It's like every time I think I'm healed, someone new comes into the picture and it's like, I'm not healed. Like, apparently I'm still having some sort of insecurities. You should be secure enough in a relationship that you can trust. You don't care how they're looking at somebody. Your situation will be different. I'm just saying this is an indication that you're blowing something out of proportion. This is when your imagination consumes you. You see something, an illusion. You're making something bigger than what it is. And that's because of your fears. So your imagination runs wild. Like, you see someone talking to someone and you're like, like, I know they're into that person. That was something unusual, the way they were, it's just like, what are you getting this from? That's just a sign of being scared or insecure. And I feel like there, a lot of times too, maybe you've been tested. So this is a reflection of some sort of trauma or abandonment issues, and you're needing to confront them. This is a reflection of possessiveness, jealousy, anything that is dark within you. That's something that you still need to work on. Especially jealousy and controlling issues. You need to make sure that you are looking at the people in your life, whatever it is that you don't like that they're doing. You always need to turn it back to yourself. Well, why don't I like what they're doing? Why does it make me feel this way? Why did you really need to just keep psychoanalyzing yourself and digging until you find the answers? You might still be a very jealous or controlling person and not really recognize it. If that person is acting that way towards you, then that's something that you need to recognize. Like, why is this person so jealous? Why is this person so controlling? What's going on within you? What's going on within you? So I feel that even if you're not necessarily being controlling or possessive, you still just kind of need to figure out, why would you be involved with this type of person, with this type of behavior? Let's say, for instance, you make a connection with somebody who's just extremely lustful, and it's like, why is this person always talking about sex? Or why does this person seem like they only want sex? When's the last time you had some? See what I'm saying? Maybe that person is a projection of something that you're trying to suppress or deny. It's just like, maybe you really are extremely horny. Maybe, this person is a reflection of something that you've been putting off. You say you're trying to be celibate, but maybe you need to release that. Maybe you really need some. So, I see both of these as reflections. I see this as a reflection of trust, though. So this is usually, to me, when two people are at a point where they trust one another, and there's a willingness to share with each other. So I feel like you guys are needing just overall to be prepared for, the person coming towards you. There's going to be a lot to think about. And this is you taking a pause instead of running. I feel like you've been running before. This time you're taking a pause and you are psychoanalyzing your situation. I feel like you've learned some pretty important lessons, and you're willing to kind of figure some things out and examine the entire situation before you take off. Those of you that want to leave your comments and say, I'm not going back to an abusive relationship, I'm not talking about that. So save that. I'm not telling you to run into the arms of somebody who was slapping and beating the shit out of you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who, they should know who I'm talking to. You should know, if I'm talking to you, you should know who I'm talking to. But yeah, this is for people who have gone through these lessons and they kind of have an idea, resonating with something you've been going through. That's who I'm talking to. And some people are just not ready to also open up and accept the truth, which is fine. Everyone reaches that level at their own time. Everyone goes through their spiritual process differently. And, if you're not ready to hear this type of information, that's fine. I'm just asking people to stop snapping. Stop snapping in the comments, because I'm like, are you talking to me? Or are you cursing out this person that hurt you? Like, I don't know what that is. But yeah, you guys, I feel like you guys are headed towards more peaceful times, especially with these first three cards. These are definitely cards about healing and just kind of gradually moving forward and opening up. So that is all for deck number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to deck number 2. Uh-oh. We have the Ten of Wands, Eight of Shields, Three of Wands, the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, central issue Six of Cups, Ten of Swords, Two of Shields. All right, so I'm getting a situation where there could have been some sort of juggling here. Maybe you stopped talking to someone because they were juggling between you and another person. Maybe you let someone go because you felt like the situation was unstable. But whoever you let go of, or whoever cut you out, the Six of Cups, I feel like, you know, someone is returning. You thought something was over, but, you know, they're just returning maybe differently, or you are returning, or the both of you have changed. Matter of fact, with the Ten of Swords, someone had to undergo the death of the ego, and we have a lot of those when we are, you know, going through our spiritual growth. It's not just that one time. You might have that worst time where it feels like that dark night of the soul, but after that you still go through many courses. And so I feel like some of you had to let go of an old belief system. This also can be you trying to go back and forth between what's familiar and what's new. Maybe you were torn between what you believed in and versus some sort of new information that you were stumbling onto, and you were like, but I'm so used to, I done got myself to believe this and that and the other about twin flames, or about relationships, or about my spiritual path. Whatever it was about that you were stuck on, I feel like there was some sort of new information that got introduced to you that kind of threw you off. And so you were forced to let go of that belief system because it wasn't working anymore. It just wasn't working. So I feel that now that you have learned some sort of lessons, now that you've had some sort of shift in the way that you were thinking about a person or thinking about relationships, someone will be returning to you. Now, again, if this is not someone from your past, it's just going to feel very familiar. I've pulled this card on new love interest, but the minute we talked, it's like it was so comfortable. It's like I'd known them forever. So this could be something similar. So if it's new, it just feels like you guys have known each other forever, and immediately you feel like you can trust this person with your secrets and things of that sort. Now, I'm also seeing something in regards to an apology or forgiveness. Or, you know, there could be some of both going on. You know, there's on both ends. There's apologies and forgiveness on both ends here. Now, some of you also, I see something possibly going on with your job or with your work. There's quite a couple of things I'm seeing. Okay, so the job or work situation, you guys are maybe needing to leave behind what you were doing. Maybe you're getting ready to move on to a new job, or maybe your current position has gotten too difficult. Maybe you're getting ready to start going on interviews. If you're entrepreneurs, maybe there's a need for you to do something different in regards to the way you're working, make some sort of changes, because it looks like something is winding down to the end. I feel like you're being told to just hold on because you're almost at the end of something. Maybe you feel like you can't do something any longer, or you feel like letting go or giving up. But I feel like something is happening, or something is getting ready to change, but you just need to be patient. Now, this reading is, for 7 or 8 days usually, but of course things can continue to play out. And this might be one of the readings that plays out all the way until the end of the month. So even going into like Libra season. Now, the other thing that I was getting is that someone looks as if they are getting ready to relocate. Someone looks as if they have packed up all of their things. They got on a plane, or they got in a car, whatever the case is, and they are bringing it to a new location here. So it's like you're going away, or going away from what you know, or going towards someone that you want to be with. So I don't know, for some of you, if you were in some sort of long distance relationship, but it looks like maybe someone is deciding to move or relocate, or maybe that was one of the difficult decisions that had to be made. Maybe it's not moving yet. Maybe it's just visiting, but it does look like moving, because it looks like someone had to pack their whole life on their shoulders and just go to this new place here. You might be on your way to this large home or a large apartment complex, but it looks like a big place where this person is headed. And it looks like there could definitely be distance, because it's having something to do with having to go across the waters. So I don't know if you have to cross a lake or the ocean to get to where you're going. Now I'm also seeing someone who's been very focused on their craft and has been working very diligently. You yourself might work in traveling, or maybe you've gotten to a point where you've had to take on several jobs. It's like you're doing this, that, and the other. It's like, no, I have a lot of jobs. I work for Uber, I do this, I do that, because I am seeing a possibility of some sort of traveling job and trying to make ends meet here. It's like, man, I'm trying to make ends meet, and it's difficult. Whatever, if you were carrying too much, it still looks like you let something go, but at the same time, you still have like a lot of burdens on you. There's still something going on to that sense. I might need to clarify in this deck. Now, the High Priestess is telling you that you need to trust your intuition in regards to the decisions that you're making. I feel like there's patience needed in your situation, whatever's going on. You're being asked to have patience and to hold on a little longer and to trust your inner voice here. I also feel that someone could have given you a reading or a prediction, or maybe you've been reading your own cards, and some information is just still being hidden from you. It's like, no matter how many readings you do on yourself, or how many readers you talk to, or psychics you go to, or astrologers, there is still something hidden that is not meant for you to know. It's like you just have to live it or go through it before you can understand it. You may have also been having some sort of dreams. I don't know, those of you that are very intuitive, or you dream a lot. Maybe you've been having a lot of dreams or receiving messages in your dreams. I'm also feeling as if someone is watching you, but they haven't said anything, but they're preparing to come towards you. And the reason why someone has stayed away or has been distant is because they've been busy or have had a lot of obligations, prior obligations that they needed to take care of before they could take you on in their lives. Yeah, I keep getting someone juggling and trying to make ends meet. Let me see if I can get some additional information from the High Priestess. Someone is getting ready to reveal the truth or their secret or something in regards to their heart, how they feel. You might even get sent a song, or you might receive messages in songs. I do see something about a sob story. I don't know what this means, but I felt like you have to put your own touch on it. You have to add the secret ingredient. You have a secret ingredient. What does that mean? I mean, it might mean something literal for if you are a cook or something. I don't know if you are trying to stand out from the crowd. And so by doing that, you're adding your own secret ingredient. If you are in a business of where it's competitive, you might have to add your own touch to something. I feel that spiritually, I just feel like something is a twist. I don't know what that is just yet. Something being activated once it happens, and then you add your own twist. The only thing I'm getting from that is if you had some sort of reading or prediction, so you were prepared for it, but when it actually starts to play out, the outcome is going to alter or shift. I hope that makes sense. I also feel that someone has been hiding the fact that they are either homeless, jobless, or they are going through some sort of loss. Someone has been withholding that. Someone also secretly feels ignored or rejected. I'm also getting Scorpio energy, but it also could be any water sign, Cancer, Pisces. Also could be dealing with a Virgo. I do feel this could be a situation where if someone was torn between, or someone who's in and out of your life, the reason why they're coming back or returning is because they're going through a breakup. Now that they're going through a breakup, they're coming back to you. Now, you guys, I don't know. Like I said, y'all be cursing out in the comments. I don't know if it be at my advice or just you venting about your situation. Because I can already see somebody talking about they can stay where they were at and all of this stuff. Everybody's situation is going to be different. It's funny, the ones that want the person to come back is the quietest. They the ones that ain't saying shit. But this could be a situation where, yeah, somebody is glad, like, well, I'm waiting to take care of this person or nurture them. I want to be there for this person. I'm glad that they broke up because I was waiting for that. So it could be a situation where you're glad that they're coming back to you. You're glad something didn't work out between them and another person. So now you get to nurture them. Some of you unconsciously like dealing with people that need help or assistance. You know, you could be a man or a woman. Maybe you're glad you want to take care of that woman. Like I told you, so let me show her I could take care of her. Let me show her I could be a good man. You know, it doesn't matter. I just feel like someone is kind of glad that something didn't work out, and now this person's coming back or returning. Someone has been suffering in silence, though. I do feel like someone's been daydreaming about you or you them. I feel like someone had to learn some sort of difficult lessons. Someone has also been trying to manifest love or manifest an ex to return. Okay, I keep getting to that. Someone has been wanting to communicate, but they just refuse to. But they have been communicating with you through dreams or, you know, secret messages. But like I said before, I don't know if you're watching all the videos, you know, enough with the metaphysical. Time to speak out, you know, loud and clear. Let's have a 3D conversation instead of all this dream 4D, 5D communication. Let me look at the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, but some of you, I think, too, you might be going through something financial. I also feel that someone has been losing faith in love, but I feel like you're going to have what you've been praying for, but it takes time, or it's not going to be easy. You're being led to a situation that's going to transform you. Either this relationship is going to transform you, a friendship, or a job is getting ready to transform you. Or even this whole move. So someone has been suppressing their emotions for another person, but I feel like it's gotten to the point where they can't anymore. It's too big of a burden to hold a grudge or to not speak. So I feel that someone feels obligated to you or feels obligated to make some sort of apology. And I see someone gaining up the courage or the confidence to approach you. Or you might be the one getting the confidence to do something. Someone's definitely getting ready to take on some sort of heavy burden or task, but at the same time, it's like you're passionate about it. This is going both for work, friendships, and relationships, all of it. There's something that you're very passionate about, and even though it's hard, you're going to do it. You're like, I'm going to continue doing this because I feel obligated to do so. So it might be a job that you're very passionate about. You're very focused on something. You feel like you got to keep going. This is part of your journey and you don't want to quit. It's like, I'm not a quitter. In regards to relationship, maybe you've been beat down, dragged in the mud, but you're determined to keep pushing until you find the one, or until you find you know, that partnership or that friendship that you're wanting. It's like you feel like I just got to keep going. Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of reconciliation on a horizon for you guys. If it doesn't happen within the next week, it's something that should be happening before we move into October. Yeah, there's someone that's also been watching you from a distance but has just been too afraid to move forward. Someone has been feeling very insecure or like they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough to offer you. Maybe someone is in love with you, but they don't have the money. They don't know how you will feel about that. Maybe someone doesn't have their own home. Maybe they've been living with their parents or friends, and now they have to, or siblings, and now they have to. They didn't want to tell you that, whatever it was. I feel like someone could have been struggling financially. Someone also could have been concerned about their physical appearance for whatever reason. I get like the Emperor is a very strong alpha male, but he's very emotional or very sensitive in regards to maybe his appearance. And it might all, because it's the moon, it might all be in his head. And I've talked about this before, where there's someone who's very good looking, but for whatever reason, they think they're unattractive or unworthy or just not good enough some type of way. So that could be your situation. So those are basically the messages that I am getting here for deck number 2. We'll go ahead and move on to deck number 3. But I do feel like you should be prepared. I feel like you should be prepared for, some sort of changes either in your work situation or someone from the past coming back to you, but they have like a lot of baggage or something. All right, and deck number 3. We have the Page of Wands, the Devil, Six of Wands, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so someone's patience looks like it ran out. I feel like there are things going on with your job and finances that needs to change. I don't know if you've been holding on to your work, feeling obligated to keep doing what you were doing or stay where you are. But I feel like there's a need for you to change. It looks like you've been taking an assessment of a lot of things. I feel like business also could be really slow right now. That's to give you an opportunity to figure some things out. It's like, where do I go from here? What do I do next? What changes do I need to make? I feel like you're really concerned about your finances and investments that, you need to make. I just feel like something, or don't need to make. I just feel like overall something needs to change. And, being Three of Pentacles next to the Ten of Swords, honestly, it does look like someone's getting ready to leave their job. Or it's like either getting fired, especially with all those flames. Or if you are an entrepreneur, there is time to change again. It's time to restructure. Maybe you need to change the name of your business. Maybe you need to change the products that you're selling or the way that you're running the business. I just feel like there's something going on that, is coming to an end because maybe you've outgrown something. But you're needing to see something from a different perspective. If you also were waiting to hear from someone or someone's been waiting to hear from you, I just kind of feel like it's been dead silence. Maybe someone also has been preparing to share something with you. I feel like someone has been wanting to talk to you. Maybe they keep starting a message and then just leaving it in their drafts. Someone keeps reviewing the last time that you talked and they're thinking about it. or you keep thinking about the last time that you were talking with someone, but it's like there hasn't been communication. Things have been, silent. Maybe you unfollowed someone. Maybe you decided to shut down or take a break from your social media. It's like, I feel like I need to delete my Facebook or my Instagram or Twitter, Snapchat, whatever you're on. It just looks like maybe you decided to take a break from social media for whatever reason. Also, if you could have been in some sort of group, I feel like maybe you left the group or you decided to disconnect from the group or something. I just feel like there has been some sort of communication that was cut off. And I also feel that the Ten of Swords is about you undergoing some sort of transformation here. Especially, like I said, dealing with the way that you were thinking or your ideas or something. Some of you could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Capricorn, Virgo, or a Gemini, maybe a Leo. Oh, I said Leo. But yeah, some of you guys have been dealing with those energies. I feel like someone is kind of obsessing over the other person. I don't know who's obsessing over who, but someone has been obsessing over another person. Someone has not been able to let go or move on from possibly a breakup. Like maybe you broke up with someone or you cut someone off or they cut you off, but they have not moved on. They're still holding on here with the Devil. In fact, maybe their desire has intensified for you, or you for them. I'm also getting a situation, just as a heads up, if you are making some sort of new love connection. I feel like something is too physically based or too sexually based. It's a lot of wands here, no cups, and the Devil. So be cautious of that, that you're not just dealing with someone for sex, or if this person coming towards you and you already kind of thought that, maybe you cut them out before because it seemed like the relationship wasn't going anywhere. It's like, oh, every time they call, that's all we do. I'm only a booty call to them. So maybe this person is still lusting over you. I'm seeing some sort of temptation coming towards you, unless you are the person that is temptation for this person. You're the person that they're like, oh my God, you're no good for me, but I can't stop thinking about you, or I can't stay away from you. I feel like you're getting ready to have your ego stroked too. Maybe you low-key like being obsessed over. It's something that boosts your ego, gives you confidence, makes you feel good about your appearance, maybe. But I do feel like something's going on where your ego is being stroked here. You might start getting obsessive attention from someone. It's like, okay, thank you. Like, I don't know. If you get that type of, if it's unwanted attention, you might end up blocking this person. I feel like some of you too are feeling inspired. If it's not about a person, I feel like you're becoming obsessed with something and you're trying to figure out how to make money from it. So you're going to start focusing on the details of trying to learn some sort of new skill. You might start studying or researching every day, possibly even going back to school for something. But I feel like there's something that you just seem like you can't stop thinking about. And it's your new passion. You're like, this is so new to me. This is so interesting. I feel inspired to just keep studying more and more. And you're digging deep you know, and it could be, for some of you, it could be witchcraft. It could be the dark arts. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be the, you know, witchcraft or anything like that. But the point being, it does look like an obsession. And it looks like you just start studying and doing more and more research about it. You can't stop. And maybe this is something that gives you confidence because you found your passion or you found your niche. And now you have some sort of clear direction in life on where you need to go. Maybe people are praising you for your talents in a situation. I just feel like overall you are being very dedicated to your craft. And I do see some sort of finances developing from your passions. Some of you may be going into artwork or marketing. I also feel like someone works in a factory, but it pays a lot. It's like maybe part of you doesn't like it, but at the same time you are kind of obsessed with it. Or it's like a situation where you're dealing with pharmaceuticals or in the health industry where people are very codependent on you. This also could be a person that's coming towards you. They work in an environment where there's a lot of codependent people. I've also seen this as people who work around prisoners or in like sex industry as well. Okay, so let me look at the devil a little more. This is something karmic, it feels like. You might have some sort of karmic work contract that needs to be worked through. So like you working a 9 to 5, maybe you don't want to, maybe you want to work for yourself, but for whatever reason, now you have to work. So it's something kind of karmic that you have to play out. Okay, that's interesting. I got Devil and Temperance in deck number 1. So I don't know if you guys are cross-watching, but it almost looks like there is some sort of similar message. Someone is needing to heal or recover from some sort of compulsion or from a toxic relationship or something codependent. Because I'm looking at the healer and the devil, the angel and the demon. This might be a relationship where it is like an angel and a demon. Or it's like you are some sort of healer. And it's like, why do I always get sent these assignments? And it's just like, because you're the wounded healer, that's your job. That's what you came to earth to do. Stop bitching about it. And I don't mean to sound tough like that, but you know, a lot of times I feel like I need to talk to you guys like I've talked to myself. You know, whenever I find out, you know, when I get into a woe is me mood, it's like, you know, cut the bullshit, you know, just suck it up. A lot of times people suffer because they keep, especially spiritual people who are on some sort of spiritual path. Your life is just not going to be like your friends and relatives that get to just be in a normal ignorant state of bliss. It's like, no, you're aware. You have to deal with these difficult relationships where people seem like they just drain your energy. Now, don't get me wrong, you still have to set boundaries, but at the same time you need patience. That's another thing that Temperance is talking about. You need patience to deal with whoever you're getting ready to deal with, or who you're currently dealing with, or if it's about working some sort of 9 to 5, you're being asked to have patience because something is taking place here where there is some sort of spiritual work going on, whether you're aware of it or not. Maybe your presence at a 9 to 5 place is healing people. Like, you hate that job, but little do you know, every time you walk through those doors, you're bringing some sort of healing energy to people, and that is just your job. That's your karmic duty for, for a time being. It doesn't mean it's forever, but for now. Maybe the person coming towards you is going through something, and you are strong enough, balanced enough, you've been through enough, you're conscious enough to deal with it. So it's just like, deal with it. Maybe this relationship will not remain in this karmic state. Maybe it's something that just needs to be purified, and then things get better. So it's just kind of saying, be patient with whatever this devil energy is. Now, I do get something in regards to temptation. There is a need to balance your spiritual life with your material life. Something's out of balance. Or there's a need to bring two things together. Because I'm getting like the merging of two different individuals. You may be getting ready to be introduced to a business partner. Or it's like wherever you work, if you work for this big company, there may be may need to negotiate something. Negotiation is needed. Make sure you're not being taken advantage of. So maybe you need to negotiate your hours or your salary wherever you're working. I'm also getting the energy of some sort of taboo love connection. Something's taboo where you are dealing or merging or connecting. You have a strong spiritual connection with someone who is either in an established relationship, or this person is like a distant relative, or it's with your boss. Whatever your taboo definition is, your taboo situation is, I feel like this is something that you're dealing with. And I'm not advising someone to be with somebody that's already in a relationship. I'm just telling you that there must be some sort of karmic contract that you guys have between the two of you that needs to be resolved. So it doesn't mean that you have to have sex. It just means that there's some sort of unusual connection going on between the two of you. You two met for a reason, but it's like something that you're needing to learn. You guys are exchanging something with each other, and I don't know what that is just yet. It's something unseen. It's something for a higher person, a higher purpose. But the energy that you're exchanging with this person is needed for some sort of lesson, is all that I know. Something needs to be closed out. We need to have closure in a situation. Now, I also see this as going back to a relationship where someone is coming towards you. Again, it looks like this person is maybe going through a situation where they were codependent. This person needs healing. It's like they just are getting their life back together. So they might come off a little needy, like emotionally needy, financially needy. You can reject the assignment if you want to. I'm just the messenger. Some people, some of my viewers that rarely speak up, they know what their purpose is and they don't mind. They're okay with it. But I know a lot of you still are not with that, and that's okay. I see a situation too where, like I said, someone has not been able to move on. Someone is thinking about you every day, or has been thinking about you every day. Matter of fact, you've been thinking about them too. With the temperance, it's mutual. Someone has been practicing some sort of self-restraint. Those of you that could be dealing with someone in a relationship, I feel like they have been trying to pull back or cut off ties with you because they want to be loyal. They want to be, or they're trying to be, or this could be you. You're the one in a relationship. There's someone that you're having a connection with, but it's like, I'm trying to be right. Like, let me get this person out of my system. You can still send this person unconditional love without even connecting with them. Whatever it is, I don't know what your purpose is with them, but it does show that you have some sort of karmic soul contract with this person. We have contract. We have a soul contract. Both of these deal with karma. Devil and Justice card deal with karma. Something needs to be balanced. Something needs to be adjusted. Maybe you owe them from a previous life, or they owe you from a previous life, but it's kind of like payback. You owe me. You owe me a favor. So whatever this karmic contract is, maybe like I said, you're a light worker. You're a star seed. You a guardian angel to somebody. You know, this is the contract. Look, temperance and justice. That's your duty, your obligation. You're just disguised as a human, you know. Sometimes these are hard to deal with because we get so caught up into being, you know, into this 3D reality, you know, and so we get so caught up in that, and we tell ourselves that no, you know, we can't do this, or we're not supposed to do that. But if you look at things from a higher perspective, you'll understand that things have a bigger purpose. You know, everything that we go through is like a classroom. It's like a lesson. So if you could look at it from that perspective. But there does look like there's going to be some sort of healing between you and another person. Or if you're having to work a 9 to 5, these people probably need your energy for whatever reason. So go bless those people. This also looks like some sort of anointing going on. Now, speaking of healing and clearing energy, yes, there is a possibility that someone could be working on you or trying to manipulate your energy and that you're unaware of. So, you know, get your spiritual baths together or do your meditation or whatever you do to protect your energy or your space, because someone could be feeding off of your energy that you're unaware of. But then, like I said, going back to someone that you could be dealing with romantically, be prepared. You know, don't let them know that you're a light worker, but at the same time set boundaries. But I feel like you need patience to deal with the type of energy coming towards you. And I see someone very lustful coming towards you and very attractive. Something about this person, I feel like you're not going to be able to resist. I've spoke about this before. The reason why that happens is to get your attention. It's like, no way would you do this assignment if you didn't have a connection, a physical connection, attraction, or spiritual connection to that person. But because I feel like it's more so physically based, because you are so attracted to this person, you get caught, you take the bait, you take the spiritual bait. It's like, we got you. You need this lesson. Sorry, we had to fool you this way, but this is what you signed up to do, so take it. So something may start off very lustful or physically based, but keep in mind, like I said, it could transform. I just wanted to briefly look at the Two of Wands here, because I see you making a decision to move forward or having that confidence to do what you need to do. I feel that there's a lot of inspiration going on here. I feel like this is about someone who has been distant, someone who has been withholding their feelings, someone who's been very guarded, who maybe, I don't know, you lost their trust or they lost your trust, but someone has dusted themselves off and they're ready to come towards you again. So I really feel like this is someone that you already know. I really feel like it's somebody you know. And this person has not been able to let you go or move on from you emotionally. They're still secretly, I don't want to say stalking, but you know, I feel like they are like secretly watching you, observing you. There even could have been an opportunity for you guys to kiss and make up before, but it was declined. I just kind of feel that this person is coming back, or you are coming back. Whoever, I don't know, whoever is coming off as the stronger pursuer is going to make their move. So that is all that I have. I hope these stories resonated with you or gave you some sort of clarity. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.